Hello there, welcome to another Spoof Brothers walkthrough. I'm JT, this is Link to the Past, this is video 2. Just going to take you through a few goodies to start with that we can collect before going on to the first pendant of the game. First of 3, which is going to be the green one. Okay, so we've just come out from the sanctuary. We're just going to head on to the left, and this is called Kakariko Village. So if you want to just dive in this strange looking greenhouse and this woman, she gives you like a little bit of a hint towards what's going to happen maybe later on in the game. So this bit is got the 4 chests. If you get this wrong you can always go out and come back in, but if you follow the video then you'll see that I managed to do all 4 without having to go in and out. So we just got some monies on 82 at the moment. Just dump down this hole. First chest, some bombs, got some explosives. Don't use them up, we're going to need them at some point. Make sure you get all the money in here. We've now got 152, which means we've got enough money to buy our first new item, the bottle. Very useful for capturing fairies and holding them captive and forcing them to bring you back to life if you ever die. Jump back in the greenhouse thing. You may or may not have noticed there's a crack at the top of the wall. If you just blow this up, you can always go to the hole with the bombs and come back and do this next if you want to. And then there's a heart container in there as well, and a shed load of rupees. So we're back up to 82 rupees. The bottle is probably one of the few things you're going to have to spend that amount of money on. If you can help it, try not to spend money, because we're going to be saving up for about 400 rupees for the flippers later on, which we'll need. So don't go into any shops or anything like that. Back of the pub is the second bottle. If you go straight up into the house above it, there's some little sick kid who for some unknown reason decides to give you his bug catching net. So you can use that to catch fairies and shiz and then stick them in a bottle. So that's pretty much it for Kakariko. If you just head on down, I'm just going to show you something up here. See the book on the top left on that shelf? We'll be coming back for that later. It's the Book of Medora, so I thought I'd show you that. It seems it's on the way. So we're just going to mosey on back down to the Link's house. So just work your way back up. You can always use your L or R buttons, or depending on which platform you're playing it on. This is back at the house. So you want to just go down from here. You can always save and quit and start again from his house if you want to. There's a place there that you can blow up. It's got a fairy in there, I believe. So just work your way down to the bottom of the field. There's crap loads of stuff that's baying for your blood in this section, which is what we like. There's another explodable area up there, but I don't think it's got anything in there. These little squid things, if you hit them, they will shock you unless you stun them first. You've got the lobsters, which are quick. If you kill the jelly things, they usually give you magic. There's little Zora people popping out of the water firing fireballs or something at you, so be careful of those as well. And up here we've got loads of these green lobster things. They will walk around slowly, then shoot off pretty quick, so just be careful. Don't go in the cave, blow up the thing beside it. Head on up. It's looking a bit blue. Ice rod. Pretty good item. Really good later on if you combine it with a hammer. If you freeze an enemy, then smash it with the magic hammer. They usually give you magic of some sort. Awesome. So we're just going to head on down. Just head back to where you were. Try to stay out of harm's way. You'll be able to tell if Zora's popping up because it'll make a little whirlpool first. If they fire, the little fireballs don't home in on you, so if you can hit them, then just move out of the way. They're just not worth playing with. So yeah, just move on to this little area. First of all, we're going to push these out of the way so you can get the chest. Stock up on some bombs. Then you'll need to walk out and walk back in. Cool. And then just, again, same as the last level, just pull the lever on the right. If you pull the one on the left, bombs fall down on your head. I'm not going to be showing you loads of heart containers, but this is one, and the reason I'm showing you this one is because there's a little secret. If you pick up one of those fish flapping around and chuck him in the dark blue water, he'll jump up and chuck you a 20. And you can go back and do the second fish as well if you want to. So just head on back up, grab the sign, pulverize one of the blue guys, saves him following you around. So we're just going to kind of... Oh, if you want to, there's a cave just here on the side. This is one of the fairies that She soothes you, then disappears. You can always walk out and go back in, but she nearly always fills up your health, so just work your way. Oh shit off, you give me a 20. So just walk on it, drop down there, and there'll be an old guy in here that's going to talk to you about some stuff. Notice the cracked wall at the top of the room. We'll be popping back here later. If you walk near these statues, they come alive. I think it's about 4 hits, but you can just stun them. It's pretty much quicker to just stun them. I'm just showing you the quickest route to the castle. If you stun him while you're still on the stairs, he can't hurt you, because for some reason this soldier's retarded and can't walk downstairs. So this is the first temple. It's pretty easy. There's lots of misleading rooms, so I'm just going to show you the ones that will just take you straight to the end. These little jelly things are great for giving you money. Now there's some balls and stuff shooting down there. If you just go straight up, usually the big ones don't have a chance to come out, so just keep running. So we're going to head on to the left, hit the switch on there. You can go to the right if you want, but it's not really worth it. These skeleton guys jump when you swing your sword. If you can avoid them, it's best to, because they're just such a pain in the ass. This room, unfortunately, you have to kill them, so hit them with the pots if you can. Or it's 4 hits with a boomerang. There's a dungeon item in there if you want to pick it up. If not, don't worry about it. It's not really much helpful in this one. So yeah, you see these ogre guys at the top. Avoid them if you can for now, because we don't have a bow, so the only way to kill them is by throwing a pot at them. And I don't mean like weed. So kill him and step on the switch, get in there. It's right at the back at the top under a pot for the key, and back in again. These pink things with a skull are one of the few enemies in the game where you can't actually kill them. Okay, so just work on away. This is a pretty shit easy dungeon, to be honest. It's not that good. There was more puzzles later on. Those pink things aren't going to release from that pot until you've killed everything in this room, so just mosey on round, like kicking the shit out of everything. And when you do, they'll release and start bouncing around like a bunch of spastics, so be careful, because remember, you can't kill them and they do a lot of damage. Not only do they take a heart, but they actually take some of your magic as well while you're doing it, so it's pretty crappy. Okay, so I'm just going to kill him. So grab the bow and arrow from here. Now the first thing we're going to do is run up here. Try not to get hit by these flying skulls. They'll back off after a while. Just jump down into that pot. And there's 2 fairies down here. So there's a good opportunity to start practicing catching fairies. They'll be down in your pots. You can release them early manually if you want, but it's usually best to, once you die, you'll just kind of, they'll pop up automatically, bring you back to life. It's basically like a can continue. Now I always like to light a lamp in this room just so we can see what we're doing. I'm not a huge lamp lighter, but it's definitely a good idea. This top right room has got loads of money in it if you want, but it's a dead end. If not, go to the left. Bottom left pot for the switch. Grab some supplies if you want. Now there's 3 or 4 trigger switches in here, but they're all fake except for that bottom one that I've just stood on now. So if you just kill him, it's only the middle guy and the bottom guy that is going to cause you problems. Now this next room is full of ball bearing things flying around. If you stood on one of the 4 switches, you're safe from harm. You can just stand there for a while if you want until you feel safe to run around. So we got a red Cyclops thing in there now, so he's going to be 2 arrows to kill. Pretty easy. Now this section here, I'm just going to pause it slightly, there's 2 squiddies in front, onto the left and to the right. If you can walk in and slash 3 times, you should be able to get all 6 in 3 slashes. 1, 2, 3, done. And then all you've got to worry about is waking these bad boys up. Just going to run around like a spaz. And I've not done this very well. Usually you can get them without having to suffer any damage whatsoever. Get them in your line of sight. There we go. If you need hearts or arrows, search all the pots. I suggest going in with full arrows if possible. Now these guys are pretty easy. They just jump around like spazzes in a kind of dancey formation. You can hit them with arrows. It's only about 3 or 4 arrows to kill each one, but you're going to need your arrows for the last one, who goes a bit psychotic. So try and do as much damage with your sword as possible. It's not too hard. If you can get one to a point where he can't get past you, just keep swiping your sword at his face until he kind of disappears in a multicoloured smoke. Now once you've killed the last one, the second to last one, sorry, the last one will start going red and jump around like a knobhead, and the first impulse is just to run around like a spastic because he's jumping after you. But as you can see, he very rarely is. He can't keep up, so you can just do it in little movements like that. And like the Cyclops, is just get him into a position where you can turn around and shoot him in the face. 3 arrows, done. And there's your first pendant. Pendant of Courage, being the green one. So just walk on out, a little bit of a jump fest, just kind of work your way back down to the old fella in the hut, and he's going to give you some running shoes, which when you hold down the button allow you to shoot around like mania. Good for getting around, and also these cracks that have got circles around them you can run into and just shatter the wall. So we're going to go and pick up some bombs and 100 rupees, a bit more to the flipper fund. So that's basically it for this dungeon. If you just want to save and quit from here, you'll probably want to go from either the Sanctuary House, either one, and you'll want to head back to Kakariko, but I'll cover that in the next video. So cool, see you for the next one, stay tuned.